Hey, my Armwrestling friends, hope you're doing good. And as usual, we will talk a little bit about Armwrestling and more specific about hand control and wrist and finger position when you sparring, when you train, and also, of course, when you choose your specific exercise for Armwrestling strength training. So almost in all moves in armwrestling, some kind of wrist and finger flexion is involved, which goes together with pronation, supination, some ulnar radial deviation. But if we purely talk about wrist flexion, then I would say there are two tasks in my training. First, of course, is to make muscles involved in this movement as strong as possible. And second, which is not less important, is to teach your hand to be strong in correct position. With that I mean to have this strength in mechanically most advantaged position, so you can do the same action by using less force. I will try to explain that and also why it is so important. So if you would take my hand and measure here from wrist joint up till proximal finger joint, let's say it's 10 centimeters, and you would put a pressure here, my wrist could handle maybe like 50 kilograms. If you go 1 centimeter higher and you make that leverage longer by 10%, and you again put pressure here, my wrist right now could handle maybe 45 kilograms or less. And if you go even higher, this number is decreasing by every millimeter. So that's why it is so important when you take your grip, when you fight for a setup in arm wrestling fight. That's why usually arm wrestlers try to push their hands a little bit more up to get more of this good flat roof position finger, to have opponent's hand lower here. So they want to increase their strength in wrist by getting better biomechanical position. And same principles I apply when I choose my specific exercise for arm wrestling training. So yes, you can use some super thick handles and train your wrist and fingers in such open position, or even with flat hand and different climbs and holds and whatever, and it all works great for strength. And like I said before, our task number one is to make those muscles involved strong as possible. So yes, they work, but I believe always you can be as strong as you want, but some crazy freak of nature will show up who is maybe stronger in that position, and then you have to be a little bit smarter or have to use your strength more effective. So educate yourself and educate your hand, and best way how to do it is by choosing correct specific exercise where your hand and wrist position is same as you would like to have it on a table. So if you choose some thick handles, that's a position you want. If you are training in such position, you will be strong in such position. If you are training strong in that position, that's where you build this specific position for best, most effective hand control in arm wrestling. Same with flat handles, same with rolling thunders. Build this correct position. And that's why guys who sometimes have small, tiny hands can still be super effective in arm wrestling and strong. And there are some great examples like Rustam Babayev's small hand, always super effective with getting inside, with controlling your pronator. Same in past, Neil Pickup's small hand, very effectively using that. Younger Manus in past. So it is possible, but you need to be strong and effective, and then you can use it very good and still be successful in arm wrestling. About position, of course, if you are preparing for a fight against Oleg Zhokh or Denis Tsiplenko or someone else with huge hand, it's very possible that you will be in that more open position and you have to be strong, and then you can prepare with some bigger handles and positions. But usually, if you are smart, if you are technically, tactically good, even then you still can have this good, correct setup position which you have trained for years.